Hey guys, welcome back to another Moondog trading video. Tonight's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, Shiba, and Avalanche in that order. And guys, I do want to say a couple things here. I had some people ask me about moving averages. The reason that this video is coming out so late is because for the last 2 hours, I was tinkering with some of the moving averages because, when I do a moving average video, not only do I have to explain how the moving averages work, how I use them, my strategies, everything else that goes along with it, I also have to go through the settings. And so I started a chart for you guys to go through step by step on how to find these indicators, what to type in, what to look for. So I started doing it all over again, and I came up with a little snag. It seems like every time I want to show you guys something special, something on TradingView here wants to have some, they want to play some games. Anyways, I guess a lot of these indicators, I didn't know this, guys, but I guess a lot of the indicators, they don't update. They can update if you don't have them on your chart yet, but if you had them on your chart previously saved, they don't automatically update, which I think is absolutely insane. So I went through some of these indicators and realized that a lot of the settings have changed. A lot of things have been updated. Even the way some of the indicators look are different. So now I got to go through myself. I started for the last 2 hours trying to tinker and find some things. So I still got a lot of work to do on some of the indicators that that have been updated and looked at. And I can show you a quick example here. This is something. If you look at this, I know this doesn't look like much, but if you look at this, for example, you see this blue. You can barely probably even see it. Or even if we go to a 4 hour, you can see it blue here. I can't figure out how to change this. There's some settings in here that are completely different. And if you go to like my regular charts, you can see the difference, guys. The green, some of the settings are different, and I'll have to show you guys that when I go to actual like the settings. For example, if we click on this and we go, I have to push down on this. Sorry, and we go to settings. Now, a lot of the settings are different. So what I have to do now from compared to what I have here, okay? I go down on this and I go to settings and look at the way that the difference is in the setups. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to figure out um, what's going on with these updates, and I'll get it all figured out for you guys. So I do apologize about that because I wanted to do an indicator video for you guys, but I'm gonna have to do that another time. And right now we're gonna just talk about what we're seeing on the charts. First, we're gonna start off with Bitcoin. I told you guys I wasn't really liking Bitcoin. I thought maybe we could get down. Um, I didn't like this rejection. Now, I told you I like Matic, which Matic did go up to, what did it go up to? $1.40. I mean, $2.40. So we killed it on that. If we look at the daily from yesterday, look at that, guys. So we got a nice pump to the upside. We got our bounce, the pump. Everything's looking good. It's going to pull back now. That's because Bitcoin's going down. I haven't liked Bitcoin since we've got rejected up here at 59. Ever since then, I told you guys it's been looking weak. But I did like Ethereum, and we did make a nice move to Ethereum, but we got rejected right at the spot, right where I had my lines drawn up here. We got rejected here, and that was a bad sign. And this pullback big time. We are hitting some nice points here. We're in my rejection zone here. Here's another rejection zone. Or actually, I should say this is support. I'm sorry, support here. I'm looking in this range. You can see I drew a couple green lines here. This green line and this green line coming in at 43.78 and 4,028. I would like to see us trade in that range. If not, we could trade in this bigger range, which is anywhere from 47.85 down to it looks like 38.81. Okay. But I think the smaller range for right now can play out. We're going to have to see how this plays out on the hourly charts. There's not really much of a pattern here anywhere. Let's go to this is on Ethereum, guys. We're going back to Bitcoin in a second. I just wanted to look at this real quick. I mean, we got nothing. Maybe a little sideways, guys. We trade. Look at this range we're trading in. Boom, boom. So it's just about which way this thing wants to go. Now, I drew this trend, guys. Okay, look at the trend. We don't want to see this trend break down. If we get this trend breaks down, okay, we get underneath this trend. You can see how I drew it up here, starting from this point here, going all the way through here, okay? Now, I don't want to see this trend break. If the trend breaks, we can get a wick, but it has to go back up above the trend and close, either on a 4-hour or daily. If we get a 4-hour candle, like right now, each candle, I'm on a 4-hour chart, each one of these candles represents 4 hours. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can get a good look. Each candle represents a 4-hour. One candle, 4-hour. So what I don't want to see is, and I'm going to erase this now, okay? I don't want to see a candle closing under here, 4-hour or a daily. If we do, I want to see the next candle closing back up in this range and then not falling back above and going. So if we fall under here and we come up and get rejected, then we're probably going to go into this zone around here, 34.89 to 33, which is crazy. I don't know what I have on this chart because this is a brand new chart I just did. Oh, yeah, I have that pretty much 34.97 and 3400. So I have that on both my charts. This one I just drew up. I just did this one about an hour ago. So you can see the fibs. You can see the all-time high. You can see what I did here. But we want to hold this trend. And we're looking at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin's trend, guys. Same type of thing. We want to see if this trend holds. And if it doesn't, same kind of thing, guys. We just don't want to see because then we could see some more downtrend, right? Then we could get down in this 45 to 44. I'm thinking 40 or 50,800 to 49,500, maybe like a wick, and then they pull it back up so they scare everybody. It depends where they want to go with this. That could be a possibility, and then we get the candle closing out of here, and then we start to make our move back up, and we kind of ride this pine and go. Now, if we get a candle closing under here and it gets rejected, then I'll look for it to come back down and come into this box around 45 or around 46,000 to 44,300 area. Now, if we do that, this is a trend here. This could just be a retest before we take off. Okay? So this could just be retesting this trend that we had. Again, the bump and run that we talked about a long time ago. We were down here at 28, 29. I drew this bump and run up way before this happened, which was awesome how I drew this up, and it played out perfectly. But this could just be the retest before we get a huge move to the upside. Now, I believe if this does happen, if we ride the trend, if we ride this trend, then we could just gradually go up. If we get a retest and a bounce, this would be a great opportunity, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational purposes only. But this would be a great spot to not only get into Bitcoin, but to also get into some of your favorite altcoins. Maybe Ethereum goes down to this level, to 34. Okay. Maybe Matic drops down to let's even say 150 again or something. Okay. Cardano. Cardano's been getting beat up, but Cardano's testing a trend right now. So we'll go that in a minute. But maybe we get Cardano down here at $1 again. Okay, so maybe Solana $1.64 area. Okay, so maybe that's what happens if we can make this move. This is not the end of the world if we do break this trend. It just shows that we're probably going to test this area, guys. Okay. And then that would be confirmation if we do get a bounce. Now, the worst case scenario is if we come back to this area and we get a daily or 4-hour candle closing and we get rejected on this trend, because then it can get really ugly. Okay. So that's the one thing we don't want to see. So they might take us down, scare everybody, max pain, and then bring it up. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's see if these trends hold. Let's see if this trend holds on Ethereum. You guys can draw these up yourself, okay? You can pause this. Here, I'll zoom in. You guys can pause it. I have my buy zone. My top buy zone is at 48.67 to 47.85. My mid zone is resistance is 45.55 to 4,500 even. My current support levels down here are 39.50, 38.81, and the low that we talked about, I'm looking at, let's say 34.89 to 33.78, okay? So yeah, so that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Matic, guys, we kind of hit this point. Look at you. I drew the green line. You can see back here. It was actually on the 4 hour, I believe. I know there was a reason for it. Yeah, the 4 hour right here. We got rejected within my white line, and then this 4 hour on the green. So that's coming anywhere from $2.44, let's say, to $2.38. So let's see if we can get back up into that zone. I could even draw a little purple box there because it might be necessary. And right here, I ran out of time in yesterday's video. And then I want to see this first line of support hold up, which is coming in. We got a bounce here, coming in around 206 to $2.03, and then 197. If that doesn't hold, then yeah, we could go to 188 to 177 area. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for Matic. Support and then resistance, guys. The resistance is we want to get back above 226 and 222. Okay, 4 hour candle or a daily tomorrow closing above there, and then maybe push back up to this 238 and get past the 244 range. All right, Cardano, guys, we're getting our retest. We got rejected in my first box of resistance here, which was coming in at 171 to 180. We're going to erase these because these don't mean anything anymore. We talked about getting above that 167, which we did, but we actually broke our W here, which we talked about. And this was a beautiful trade. We broke the trend. If you guys would have took this, you'd have made some nice gains. Now all we're doing is retesting my trend, and we're back down to 150. So let's see if this 150 holds. If the 150 doesn't hold, then I want to see the 139 hold. Okay? And I want to see us get a 4 hour candle closing above 163 again. And then maybe we can push back up to the 171. For Solana, how much time? I ran out of time yesterday talking, guys. It was terrible. Solana, we're getting a bounce right off my box right now currently. I want to see this $200 area to 199 hold up. If that doesn't hold up, then yeah, we could be seeing the 184 to 178. All right, so that's what I'm looking at there. To the upside, I want to see us re-break this trend. Actually, this trend it's done. I think it's done. We're going to get rid of this trend. Okay, that trend's done. We already had that move to the upside, and it fell short. We talked about it falling short. I actually thought it was it fell short at 243. I thought it was going to fall short at 246. So I was a little bit off on that one. But yeah, you could see we had our pump. We had our nice pump. Let's see. Am I seeing anything? Maybe on this bigger move, but it's not there yet, guys. This might take some time to develop, but maybe something like this could happen. Let's see if we can break this new trend here. But this would be a bigger move across the board, and this range would be anywhere from 178 to 235 to 240 area, or 243 area. So, but I don't know. Let's look at this trend. We're getting our bounce at 200. I want to see us get back above this 50-day moving average, coming in right around 211 or 212, 211. I do want to see a daily or 4 hour candle closing back above there for some more upside for Solana. So that's what I'm looking at. And then maybe a little resistance at 216. But let's see if we can get back above the 50-day. That's very important, okay? SHIB. exactly as we predicted. You know, we hit our sell zone here, got rejected, came back down, retesting this trend. So we drew this trend. We're actually getting the bounce off the trend. So let's see if this bounce holds. Okay. I would like to see us get a 4-hour candle back above 4,000. 4130 to 4180 would be something I would look for maybe continuation back up to 44 to 45. Okay. This zone here, I don't want to see us going 4-hour candle closing under 37.81 or even 35. That would look very, very bad. Then we could see this thing, you know, really coming down. So just keep an eye on that for the SHIB army. Let's see if this bounce holds up. So far, it looks like it might. But Bitcoin, I expect Bitcoin to go a little bit lower. So you know, it's one of those things where Bitcoin could get about. Let's look at the 4-hour. Guys, this is it's on the brink of where it could be a nice move, or we recontest my lows that we've been talking about for a while on my channel. That's why I kept this chart up here, because I thought we'd get down to these lows at some point, and I wasn't liking Bitcoin, even though I liked Matic and some of the other ones. Because usually Bitcoin runs the market, but Bitcoin tanks, everything else goes. But sometimes these charts can look very good and they go up. And this looked very good. That's why it went up. I mean, we broke a massive trend. We talked about our spots, where to sell, where to buy. We circled them. We got perfect entries, perfect exits. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, education purpose only. We talked about Avalanche breaking down, hitting this trend, breaking down, coming back into my zone. We talked about this back here, guys. Look at this. I want to show you guys something. We talked about this back here when I drew this trend. This was November 29th. I drew this up, and I literally drew this move up. I went like this. We're going to probably come up here, get rejected around this area, which we did, come back down, get into my zone, right? Maybe create a W if we're looking bullish, break this trend, okay? Break this right here, then get a big move to the upside. Let's see if that happens. If not, and Bitcoin does control this market, so we got to remember that. Bitcoin does go down a little bit farther, then we could see this 90 in this 83 area, okay? And then maybe even 71, 74, depending on how bad the market gets. But this was the move I had set up beforehand. Right now we're getting that move, but let's see if we get the follow through. If we don't get the follow through and this continues to the downside, then this move will not happen, okay? So keep that in mind. That's what we're looking at. You guys could even draw a little trend here. How much time do I have left? I'm running out of time. You could even draw a little trend on Avalanche, guys. Do something like this. Okay. But what my whole point is that there's no reason to panic yet. Okay. No reason to panic yet. Actually, I'm going to take this candle here. This is on the 4-hour, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's take that candle. All right, so we're just in this little channel. It's not really a wedge, kind of a channel. So let's see where this takes us. Let's see if it breaks down or breaks to the upside. All right. But no panic yet, guys. There could be, you know, we're getting close to the trend. Let's see. If I'm off of just a little bit on this trend, this could have been the bounce right here. No, it looks like I'm pretty solid on it. Maybe a little bit. I mean, it's so close, guys. It's so close to seeing if this was, because sometimes if you draw it off just a little bit, that 51,600 could have been the bounce area. But let's just keep an eye on it, guys. Listen, much love. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Let's get my channel to 1,000 subs so we can go live and start charting some things that you guys want to chart. I'm also going to get an indicator video out there to you guys. Make sure you guys sub to my channel. Much love to you guys, and peace out.